AI is reshaping money faster than any tech since the internet, and the ripple effects will shock you. From hidden robot taxes to a 4-day workweek debate, each clue builds to a jaw-dropping finale. Stay until number 1, you won't guess the top impact. Imagine a typical office where mundane tasks are handled by intelligent software, freeing employees to focus on strategy. Studies from several consulting firms suggest that AI tools can boost overall productivity by roughly 15 to 20% in sectors like finance, marketing, and customer service. By automating data entry, scheduling, and basic analysis, companies report faster turnaround times and lower error rates. This uplift translates into higher output per worker, which in turn can raise gross domestic product without expanding the labor force. However, the gains are uneven. Firms that invest heavily in training and integration see the biggest lifts, while others lag behind. Up next, we'll see how these efficiency gains are prompting governments to contemplate a new kind of levy.
Surprisingly, policymakers are already drafting proposals for a robot tax, a levy aimed at companies that replace human workers with autonomous systems. The idea gained traction after a 2022 report from the International Labour Organization warned that unchecked automation could widen income inequality. Proponents argue that a modest tax, perhaps 1 to 2% of a robot's capital cost, could fund retraining programs and social safety nets. Critics counter that such a tax might stifle innovation and push firms to offshore production. While no country has fully implemented a dedicated robot tax yet, several European parliaments have launched pilots to assess its feasibility. Next, we'll explore how these policy discussions are influencing the very structure of the workweek.
According to a growing body of pilot studies, reducing the standard workweek to 4 days can maintain, or even increase, output when AI handles routine tasks. Trials in Iceland, New Zealand, and several tech startups reported productivity gains of up to 10%, alongside higher employee satisfaction and lower burnout rates. The logic is simple. AI handles repetitive workloads, freeing humans to concentrate on creative problem-solving within a compressed schedule. Some economists caution that the benefits may depend on industry and the extent of automation, but early results are prompting larger corporations to consider permanent shifts. Stay tuned, because the next impact examines how AI is reshaping wages and income distribution.
Hidden within the surge of AI adoption is a widening chasm between high-skill, high-pay roles and low-skill, low-pay positions. Data from the OECD indicates that occupations requiring advanced analytical or programming abilities have seen salary growth of 8 to 12% annually, while routine manual jobs have stagnated or declined. The driver is clear. AI excels at automating predictable tasks, leaving demand for uniquely human creativity and complex decision-making. This polarization pressures education systems and employers to invest heavily in upskilling, yet many workers lack access to affordable training. As the divide deepens, governments face pressure to redesign social policies. Coming up, we'll see how AI is influencing global trade balances.
Few people know that AI is already reshaping the geography of trade. By optimizing logistics, predictive demand forecasting, and dynamic pricing, AI platforms enable manufacturers in traditionally high-cost regions to compete with low-wage exporters. For example, AI-driven supply chain analytics have allowed some Southeast Asian firms to cut shipping times by up to 30%, narrowing the advantage of proximity. Meanwhile, advanced robotics in factories reduce the need for cheap labor, prompting a gradual shift of production back to high-value economies, a phenomenon sometimes called nearshoring 2.0. These changes could rebalance trade deficits and alter the strategic importance of certain ports. Next, we'll explore the fiscal ripple effects on corporate taxation.
Recent discussions among fiscal authorities suggest that AI-enabled profit shifting is forcing a rethink of corporate tax structures. Multinational firms increasingly use algorithmic pricing and internal data flows to allocate revenue across jurisdictions, often minimizing tax liabilities. In response, the OECD's Base Erosion and Profit Shifting (BEPS) project has incorporated AI-driven analytics to detect suspicious patterns. Some countries are considering a digital services tax, targeting revenues generated by AI platforms rather than physical presence. While still in early stages, these reforms aim to capture a fair share of value created by intelligent systems. Up next, we examine how AI is influencing investment flows and capital markets.
Globally, AI is reshaping how capital is allocated across industries. Algorithmic trading platforms, which now account for an estimated 60 to 70% of equity market volume, use machine learning models to identify micro-price movements in milliseconds. Beyond trading, venture capital firms employ AI to screen startups, evaluating factors like founder networks, market traction, and patent portfolios with unprecedented speed. This efficiency can funnel more funds into AI-centric sectors, accelerating innovation cycles. However, some analysts warn that over-reliance on black box models may amplify market volatility during stress events. The next item reveals how AI is changing consumer spending habits.
Economists have observed a rapid shift in how households allocate their budgets as AI tailors offers in real time. Personalized recommendation engines, powered by deep learning, increase average order values by roughly 10 to 15% in e-commerce. Meanwhile, AI-driven price optimization tools enable retailers to adjust prices dynamically, influencing demand elasticity. This hyper-personalization drives higher consumption of tech-enabled services, while traditional retail sectors experience slower growth. The ripple effect extends to advertising spend, with brands allocating a larger share of budgets to AI-generated content. Finally, we'll explore the broader societal implications of these economic transformations.
Legislators worldwide are grappling with the social fallout of AI-driven productivity. As automation concentrates wealth in tech-heavy firms, income disparity widens, prompting calls for universal basic income pilots and expanded unemployment benefits. Some regions have introduced AI-funded public services, using tax revenues from automated industries to finance healthcare and education. While early experiments show promise in reducing poverty gaps, critics argue that without comprehensive policy coordination, AI could entrench existing inequities. The debate intensifies as more workers face displacement, urging societies to rethink the social contract in the age of intelligent machines. Our final rank reveals the most dramatic and perhaps controversial economic impact of all.
Finally, the most profound impact of AI may be the emergence of a fundamentally new economic paradigm. Some futurists argue that as AI takes over the bulk of production, scarcity could diminish, shifting value creation from tangible goods to data, creativity, and experiences. This transition could redefine GDP, with intangible assets, like AI-generated content and intellectual property, becoming the primary drivers of growth. If societies successfully navigate the accompanying challenges, education, regulation, and equity, the world might witness a post-scarcity era where prosperity is measured less by material output and more by human well-being and innovation. Whether this vision materializes remains uncertain, but the trajectory suggests that AI will continue to rewrite the rules of economics in ways we are only beginning to understand.
We've journeyed through 10 ways AI is already nudging economies, from modest productivity lifts to bold policy experiments that could rewrite the rules of work and taxation. The landscape is shifting fast, and staying informed is the best way to anticipate the next wave. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss another eye-opening list. New mind-blowing topics arrive every week. Finally, tell me, which AI-driven economic impact do you think will reshape our world the most? Drop your thoughts below. I love reading your ideas.